What's going on, guys? David Falla here, and today we're gonna do an unboxing and review of the new Andis Supra Li5. So this is the new machine from Andis. I was lucky enough to receive it before many people, just because I'm part of the Andis Nation program. So they send me machines like every month. So even though this machine was sent from Andis, I'm gonna give you guys an honest review, and also want to kind of talk to you guys about what I think this machine is good for and who should buy it. I think the first thing we're gonna do an unboxing, and I show you guys everything that comes in the box. Now that we did an unboxing from it, I kind of want to talk to you about my experience with this clipper for the past like 2-3 weeks. I think it's a great machine, to be honest with you. I've been using it a lot, not just because I wanted to do the review, but also because for some reason I just feel like grabbing it every time I need to do certain things, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is how light it is. It's super extremely light. I think it just feels really good on the hand, and because of this, I love using it for clipper over comb. This is my favorite machine now for clipper over comb. Every time that I need to do clipper over comb, this is the machine that I grab, and how you guys know, this is kind of like my main technique. So I've been using it a lot. One of the great things about this clipper is the lever. You guys can see here, it has a lever here, and the lever goes from 1 to a 4-0. So, and it kind of clicks every time you move it, which is great because it kind of lets you know that that you move the measurement. So I think this is great. How I said, for clipper over comb, this is amazing, because sometimes like I'm clipper over combing and I'm doing like a 1 because I'm fading from like longer to short, but then I need to start kind of fading the closer part of the fade. So then I switch it to 4-0s, and then it lets me do that. Also, I've been using this machine a lot to shape up beards, and just because, I mean, it gets close, but it doesn't get like super close, but it does have a lot of power. So what I do usually is I shape up the beard and kind of sculpture it using this machine now in the 4-0 position, and then if I need to make something a little bit tighter, then I use my trimmer, or I use my Supra, the Supra ZR with I have an OA flat kind of like blade, which is really good for that as well. But honestly, I've been just using this. It just feels really good on the hand. How I show you on the unboxing, it comes with these guards, which honestly I never used them. They're still on the package, and to be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna use them. They're different guards. They're not just honestly, I haven't even opened them. I don't know if they're good or not. But to be honest with you, the last thing I need is like guards, like more guards for another machine, right? I would have loved for Andis to kind of give you the option to be able to use the regular magnet guards, or any of the guards that already fit the other machines, but now these ones are like a whole new set. And honestly, at my station I don't have where to put them, and if I'm trying to fade, I'm trying to remove bulk like that, I will use something like the Andis Supra ZR, which has even more power, and it has the metal blades, which I like to remove bulk. So honestly, the guards are not really something that I'm going to use. You guys might need them, and you guys might find them useful, but for me, honestly, this is not the machine for that. This clipper actually comes with a little base where you can put it. You can see, I think it's super cool, right? The only downside is that it has a cable. It comes with you put the cable here, right? So it's not like a stand, it's not a charging station. It's actually like a, you know, you gotta plug the thing here, which is not a bad thing to be honest with you, because also you can use it with the cable and you can use it if you need it that way as well. But I mean, the whole point of having a clipper like this is to use it always cordless. So I would have liked to just be a charging station instead of like losing the cable, because sometimes like I put it on the base and then I have to like look for the cable that is hanging on my station, and then it just kind of becomes a mess. You know, I like it when like the Supra CR, for example, you just put it on the stand. You don't have to worry about cables. You can organize those cables and keep them, you know, like behind the station or whatever, and then you just put the clipper then and it charges. I would have loved for Andis to do that. I understand why they just did the not a charging station, just did a regular cable, because you can also use it with a cord. But how I said, I think it defeats the purpose of having a cordless clipper. I gotta talk about some of the cons of this clipper as well, you know, because no clipper is perfect, right? I wish you could actually, on the lever that it has there, I wish you could actually go to like a 5 zeros, because the problem that I'm having using the clipper is, for example, I was trying to fade with it, right? Just because I was trying to use it in different scenarios, right? So I was trying to fade with it. The problem with it is that if it doesn't really zero gap, right? I'm not sure if you can actually mess around with the blade and try to do something with it, kind of zero gap it. I kind of was trying to look for it, how to make it, but obviously nobody has done a review on YouTube, so I have to try to do it myself, but it kind of defeats the purpose. You know, the problem with this is that they didn't make it easy to zero gap, so you cannot really like fade with this, right? Like if you're trying to do a skin fade and then you get to a 4-0, then you're gonna have to use another clipper to remove the last line, right? So might as well use that clipper to fade the line that you need to fade, right? So I wish I would have gone down to like a 5-0, so it would have been easier just to fade just with one clipper, but I feel like now I need to use two clippers, so I'm trying to fade with this, right? I can fade from a 1 to a 4-0, and then the last line I have to use another clipper to fade that, right? So it kind of like, it slows me down a little bit just because now I gotta use two clippers. So, you know, that's one of the cons. How I said, like I wish it would have gone like a Masters, for example, that goes from like the 1 to all the way to the 5 zeros, and you can actually zero gap it to make it, like, you know, even better. This, I might be able to zero gap it, but you know, it's gonna take. I just dropped the blade, how you can see. So you can actually remove the blade. Sorry, it has a couple, it has some hair in there. Just want to show you guys. That's the blade. Sorry about the it kind of has hairs in there, but you can see it's not as easy to zero gap. I'm pretty sure I can find a way to do something with that, but I will have to like pretty much take out the screws, and you can see here working. So you can see like it doesn't really have screws. You're gonna have to remove and unclip all that stuff. So, you know, it might make it a hot mess to just, if I want to use this just to now to put this back, it's gonna be a fun job. Okay, actually it was easy. Okay, so yeah, you know, like how I said, I'm gonna have to use two different machines, right? So I'm gonna turn it on so you guys can hear the sound of it. I think it's really nice because it's not loud at all, even though you can tell it's a rotary motor, and it's powerful. I can tell you, I've been clipping over comb dry and wet hair, and it cuts like butter. So I'm gonna show you. Look. That's how it sounds. As I said, it's not loud at all, and actually, you know, it feels like a good. It feels powerful, and it's not loud, which is a good thing, because also I'll be using it for kits. Sometimes when I got kits that are moving a line, this and that, I just put it on the 4 zeros and kind of use it to like shape them up a little bit, because it's not gonna be sharp, and I know I'm not gonna cut them. You know, I'm not gonna hurt them with the machine. So this is a good way to kind of create those first guidelines, and then after you can use your trimmer to kind of like, you know, like go make them a little sharper. So what my final thoughts on this is that I think it's a great machine. I think Andis did something great with this. The only problem that I have with it is that I don't know if it should, like, people will actually buy. Reason for it is because I don't think it's something that you need, right? Like, I'm glad I have it, and I'm gonna continue using it because, how I said, this is my favorite clipper for clipper over comb. This is what I'm gonna use for pretty much all my haircuts now, to do clipper over comb, right? But not everybody clipper over combs, right? And some people kind of just use the guards and use, you know, regular fading methods. So this might not be you know, the machine that you need to set it like that, you know. So I think it's a great clipper, but I think it's like a secondary clipper. I think that this is something you get as a luxury, something that you get because, you know, you want something new and you want to try a different machine, or you're looking for more cordless clippers like me. You know, I love cordless clippers, so I'm always looking for new cordless clippers. So this would be something I will add to my arsenal. How I said, I'll definitely, I think it's going to be very useful for somebody like me that like to do a lot of freehand, a lot of clipper over comb, and I need something light, something that is you know, feels good on the hand, has power, and it allows me to kind of play a little bit with the lever. So this is great for that, but how I said, I don't think it's a necessity for everybody. And I have to be honest with you guys, because I really want it to be like something that could be like, guys, you guys need to get this machine, but I feel like it's not gonna be for everybody, how to say. So that's my review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know some of you have been asking me to do more reviews, but I want to make sure this is something everybody wants to see. You know, I just want to put on content that you guys want to see, and also content that I want to make, right? I think these videos are super fun because it allows me to be creative with them, and also allows me to try out new stuff. So let me know what else you guys want to see, and I hope the video was useful. Please leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.